the 902. Connor Berry is usually in that car, but he's not here. He's got a backup driver. I got to do my homework here real quick. I forgot who that driver is, but Jonah Bishop is in the Production 1000 right alongside of him. And in the next row, another Production 1000 will be Michael Bernstein in the 295 and James Johnson in the 973. Now we have the Production Turbo. The number 10 of Jason Weller be starting in the front of that class, along with Oliver Golding outside of him in the number 1. And right behind them will be Chase Hill in the 1C. So you got Oliver Golding in the 1 and Chase Hill in the 1C. And then Nolan Bishop all by himself in the Youth 1000 UTV. So the largest class out there will be Production 1000. And in just a bit, we'll find out as we watch for the fans back at home, watching on the live stream back in staging. Another cool shot, look at the tires. Every driver, it appears, has something a little bit different in what they think is going to work out there in tonight's track conditions. You see in the front row, you see a little bit different tire than the ones in the row number 2. And then look at the next. All the tires are different, which I find really interesting, which is fun about off-road. You're not locked into running one tire. So we got one driver out there running an in-car camera. That's got to be Polaris. So I want to say, would that be row? Would that be the 9? Yep, there we go. Dominic Benitez in the 911, starting in the second row inside. Actually, no, he's on the. Here he's on the pole. There he's not. Yeah. So you got Jason Weller, Oliver Golding, and Chase Hill starting in the front of the pack. They're the fastest cars on the track. And you want to see something just take off and run, watch that Can-Am of Weller. And if you got a smartphone, for the fans here in the stands, please go to the AOE.TV and tune in there, or go to Great American Short Course Facebook page and tune in there, because you're missing out big time on the drone pictures, the in-car cameras, and the various cameramen that are around this facility shooting some great, great video. And there's our current points leader. And that third spot's Chase Hill. This is for Production Turbo. So Chase Hill currently third, the 109. Oliver Golding in 145, and Jason Weller a fairly commanding 172. Pro Buggy coming up next. Race number 9, Pro Buggy. They're down in staging right now. And there's the Production 1000 UTV points as they stand right now. Chad Williams is 132. Connor Berry currently 159. And George Lamosis, how about that for that little driver? 163 points coming into round number 4. You know, Brian, I was telling Dave a little bit ago how cool it would be sitting in the pool right now next to Coconuts 2, watching this on the Jumbotron right there. The competition director for Mid-America Outdoors is up here with us right now, Brian, and if you saw his reaction to my question. He loves you so much right now, Jason. Coming to the green flag, there it is, green flag, we're underway to turn 1. And already, Jason Weller's got the top spot going to turn 1. And just the way that Can-Am, he's able to hit that jump, throw it sideways in the air, and land without any issues, nothing breaking, and keep on going. The drone was so low that it's picking up the dirt that's being kicked up by these cars. And, oh, we got an over-rotation. The car Not exactly sure who that was. It was a Polaris. We had a full course. No, it's a complete restart. It looks like, yeah, pace trucks are on the track. The red and yellow flags being waved. Not exactly sure who's running the in-car camera. Oh, Dominic Benitez. I keep saying that. Yep, Dominic Benitez running the in-car camera. But have no idea why there was a restart.
These in-car cameras provide some really good understanding of what the drivers see too, because you can see a little bit of the dark spots, you can see a little bit of the blinding light that comes in. So those drivers' eyes have to focus that many times around the track, not just looking at the dirt, but also looking in front of them to make sure that they can see those drivers in front of them too.
The crazy thing when you're jumping, not to the lights, is
When you get the little dots in front of you and you try to figure it out.
Yep.
You know that little red light that was on? That means push it to green so you can talk.
Oh, wow.
And just so everybody knows, Dave had his glasses on too.
Hey, I just ran up and down the stairs again.
So you're breathing heavy, so
Yeah,
your
yeah.
eyes affect your vision.
The brain.
I think these guys are actually going to like that it's a complete restart too, because that means that they're going to redo. It's like hitting the reset button when you're playing a video game.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point.
Oh,
to
you
bring
just
up.
totaled your car in turn one. Reset.
Reset. Well, in the iRacing, you could reset it on the when you're racing the Pro 2s and the Pro 4s out there, so why not?
So Brian knows a lot about the track conditions. He was telling me a lot about the way that they prep the track here today and the way they prep the track in different areas of the country. And Scott, you were talking about the tire choices. One of the things that I noticed, and Brian, you can explain a little bit more, is the turbos have knobby tires and the production cars are using more of a short course tire.
Like a Hoosier type thing.
And to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you what the reasoning is behind that. I just know that the turbos with the more horsepower, they need more bite. That's where these guys with the
I mean,
NAs.
yeah, there's so many variables that come to tire choice. I mean, when it comes to driving style, horsepower, track conditions.
And dirt is what type the dirt's made up. If it's like some of the places have a lot more clay, so you get a little bit more bite. You don't need as much of a knobby there, but here it's kind of a mixture of the two. So I can see with the turbos having to use a knobby to translate that power down to the dirt.
Well, not only that, but they're the first half versus second half.
Yeah.
You know, if you're starting in the back, you probably want to.
Really crucial with those horsepower cars.
Something that we've been doing a lot more of, these rolling starts, and people seem to be a really big fan of it.
I love my land rush.
I do too.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
I do.
That lets you know who's got the brass ones hanging there. You know what I mean? If you got that land rush start, oh boy, who's going to be the first one to lift and who's going to be the last one to lift? That's what's fun to watch.
And that was the cool thing is seeing MAO with some of the classes. We did the land rush there and went up the Rigid Ridge, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And we're back under green according to Optima Batteries.
And once again, Jason Weller jumps out to that early lead, and he's got a bigger lead than he did last time coming into turn one. And somebody's got issues. Is that, I want to say that's Oliver Golding having issues slowing on that backstretch off of turn three?
Oliver, of course, one of those turbo Can-Ams.
It looks like he's going to pull off.
Heartbreaker for Oliver. I know.
Don't take my word. I'm not sure.
If that's it. Yeah. Let's see if it is. We get a confirmation when they come by.
It's at the
That
furthest.
guy's running headlights. Look at the move on that.
Yeah.
So what? Is that an intimidation deal? Somebody comes up behind you, they start flashing your lights. Yeah.
Give
Get out of
him
way,
the
pull
high
over.
beams. The high beams.
Yeah, you're in the fast lane. Come on.
Dude, you're only doing 60 in the fast lane. Move it.
You know what I was also looking at when I was watching the UTVs and qualifying, guys, is some of the drivers are really, really good at keeping their rolling speed up. Coming into that first turn, they were letting off on that first jump, like maybe 100 feet in front of it, kind of skipping over that, unloading the suspension, almost bunny hopping over it, and then getting the drive off that second one into that first turn.
And we've got another yellow flag out there right now. I'm not exactly sure What floor? It's off in the far left part of the course, I think. 'Cause it appears that's where safety vehicle's moving. But there is. I'm showing a yellow flag. It was just up there a second ago. I'm showing it right here.
Yeah, I'm showing green on the track.
Yeah, there's green lights, so it must be just a yellow area or a zone.
Local caution could be. Looks like everybody's up to speed all over the track. Yeah, I'm seeing full race pace.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I'm showing caution still on our screen here, which is under green right now. And looks like we got it on board there. You can see a little bit of the glare of the lights up, a little freeze up there. Dominic Benitez in the 911 machine.
He's actually currently second in the production 1000 to Cody Hodgson.
Hodgson currently sitting second. And you can see, oh boy, Benitez a little bit deeper in the field than we're used to seeing him right now.
Actually, Hodgson's leading in the production 1000.
That's right, because Jason Weller is turbo.
Yeah. Dominic Benitez is currently second. George Lemos is third. This is all production 1000. Weller is leading.
Oh, we got a dive bomb.
And turbo, and Oliver Golding turbo.
That's good. So Scott, when you are looking through the statistics there, how much different speeds are the turbos compared to the aspirator?
Actually pretty outside of, let's see, I'm looking at Jason Weller right now. His fastest lap is a 55.4. And I'm looking at production.
Ogston would be a good one to compare it with.
Yeah, he's a 57 flat, so.
There's 56, 7 down there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how these, I'm going to say kids, just because I don't know who's driving in a lot of these RS1s, but like Mimosas and all these guys, how they keep that momentum. What it does is it teaches these kids so much about driving because they understand with the low horsepower how to get around the track without losing or scrubbing all their speed.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up when you're talking about that. It's about momentum as your friend. Now, in the smaller classes, a lot of these kids have come up from the kart classes. They've learned that they just don't have that slam on the tinny pedal and you're going to have instant horsepower.
Yeah.
So you learn to roll and keep your momentum up. And I think it's translating. So we watch George Lemoses. He's moved up through the program that way. And as we're seeing Lemoses start to move up through the field.
And that's just a great thing.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I miss about short course racing, man. Ever since I got here today, everybody's had a smile on their face.
Yeah.
That's one thing that Poppy and Lee have brought back to short course is fun.
Fun, exactly.
You know, and he says, he uses that word how many times in driver's meeting sport?
Yeah, it's why don't you have fun? That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So as we watch Jason Weller go around the course, you know, sometimes these UTVs do have issues, Dave. In qualifying, we saw him have a little bit of issues.
Yeah.
Went back to the pits and hung out and ate dinner with those guys. They had to actually replace the front differential on that when they had to do that.
After dinner.
After qualifying, yeah.
After dinner, though.
Right. Jason, that works so quickly on those things.
Yeah, I know. I can imagine.
But it did have a couple issues. They had to replace a few parts on it. They got it all back together and looking out. Driving nice.
Of course, we're keeping an eye on him and the Can-Ams.
There he is on camera for the fans back at home. That's who we're talking about, Jason Weller. And that number 10.
An TV drone flying right next to him.
Now let's take a look at the tires that he's running there. It's a little bit more knobby setup there.
Yeah, like more like a traditional UTV tire.
Correct. And that's going to be the comp caution. We're going to go ahead and re-rack. 12 laps, make up the distance. 6 down, 6 to go. And there's Lemoses.
So right now on the track, we got Jason Weller. Keep in mind now, we've got 3 different classes at the same time running out on the track. Obviously, Nolan Bishop, he's out there running by himself in the Youth 1000s. But in the production turbo, we got 3 cars out there. Jason Willer in the top spot, Oliver Golding running second, and Chase Hill running third. Now in the production 1000, Cody Hodgson's in that top spot. Benitez has been bouncing back and forth from second, third, and fourth. Currently now in second. George Lamosas was up in the second for quite a while. Now he's running in third spot, and Chad Williams in fourth, and fifth is who was driving for Connor Berry?
That is going to be Chaden Zane Mender.
Okay, there you go. I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
So, and Chaden right now is running in that top 5 with Michael Bernstein, James Johnson running 6th and 7th, and Jonah Bishop in that 8th spot.
Chaden, the stepbrother to Trey Gibbs, and of course we saw Samuel Gibbs earlier. Another family that the whole family still races together. It's so cool. You got some drivers in Anago with him right now. I think he just got second in Pro Light. Now the rest of the family's racing here at Gas. So great to see them supporting all the series.
Talk about a racing family.
Yeah, definitely.
This will be a really cool onboard shot for the restart right here. You'll be able to see these reps. There we go. There we go. Going green.
Wow. I can't help but think of, was it Golding? Kind of got caught napping right there.
Brian, when the moisture comes up on the track like this, do the drivers have to change towards the end of the race their driving style to be able to keep up with it?
Oh, yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's a dream come true when the moisture starts coming up for me as a promoter. You know the rest of the night's going to go well. And
Yeah.
the rest of the night's going to go well.
I think Lee's thinking the same right now.
100%.
And that's something to talk about when it gets hot and windy. The wicks out, raises up, wicks out. When it gets cold at night, then it comes up and kind of just pans out.
Yep.
And it doesn't dissipate. It doesn't dry out. I got 3 examples of that, and I know all 3 of you have seen this. Bristol, dirt race, NASCAR.
Yeah.
This last year was absolutely perfect. A night race at Bristol, the dirt was absolutely perfect.
That
No
was really
blue
cool to watch, yeah.
It was incredible to see it live. My wife had gone there all 3 years. First year, what a freaking nightmare. Unbelievable. They had to stop the race. Actually, they had to stop practice a lap and a half in because they were not ready for the mud.
Yeah, that's insane.
Everything was clogging up.
So
Second year was dust. And
well, we just had a great shot watching the lines that Jason Weller's taking there.
Oh! He came in hot there.
Yeah, he did. Hogston just got a whole bumper full there. And I think that's going to be Golding and Hill. We got Lamosas. Is that George back there in that?
Dive bombing into the corner.
Give that spot back.
That is
nice.
a nice, clean pass.
Yep.
That's what we like to
That's
see.
making a statement right
Yes.
there. You mashed me in the last turn, I'm going to take care of you on the clean side this time.
And we can see George Lamosas, that third car that's running in that sequence right now. Hogston in the front leading that. It's going to be Benitez right behind him.
One other thing, you guys were talking about the tires, and we're talking about the, called smooth tires or dirt track tires on those RS1s. A lot of times those guys use that because it gives less aggression or tension on the belts too, so you snap belts less instead of having all the traction.
A little bit more tire spin.
And yeah,
and some of the YXE guys, they'll use fingers or whatever as well, or the short course tires from Maxxis. But the
up on 2 wheels.
there we go. He gave up the position. Lamosa's coming in too. But yeah, it looks like he's got some grippy tires on that YXE because the sequential 6-speed, so
Yes.
or 5-speed, so they
5-speed, yeah.
they can actually just really grip the track.
And that's one thing. It's a lot different, with with the paddle shifters on them versus a Polaris.
This is a really cool battle to watch, man. These guys keep switching up their lines. It's like one guy can't catch up, and then the other guy makes a mistake and gets in the way.
And look at this battle going to happen again. Hogston trying to look for redemption back.
Go
He
to the
does.
outside.
Yeah.
No, that tells me this is a perfect track right now. The way they're able to dice and come back and forth, this is a perfect track.
Yeah, kudos to all the track crew out here. He's got a really good crew that takes care of this track out here. It's one thing that I noticed right off the bat is how well this track's held up all day.
Now keep this in mind. This is coming from a promoter. He may now be the competition director at Mid-America Outdoors, but he's also a promoter, and that's where your background comes from.
Yep, absolutely.
But the track that you promote is kind of like a nightmare. There's no shaded areas. It's out in the sun. It's out in an open area, so there's always wind, and there's not enough water, I think, to keep that thing looking like this.
No. I mean, I have 2 water trucks, but depending on what time of the year you're on. But yeah, it's a battle. It's a battle all day long, for sure.
White flag is out. Less than 1 lap remaining is our leader, overall leader. Jason Weller's in the far back section of the racetrack. And it looked like our drone pilot's he's so fast that he's having issues keeping up with Weller.
Yeah, Jason's definitely in another zip code at this point. Oh, I'm hearing the crowd. Oh, they're trying to get a shot on that. It's an RS1. Somebody was off speed.
Tough when it's dark, huh? If you don't got a camera on him, you can't see who it is.
And was that Hoxton that just went off the track?
There's an awful lot of dust out there. Weller takes the win. He's already past turn 1.
Yeah, it looks like Hodgson.
The rest of the field, yeah.
Hodgson just took the split lane.
Hodgson just take the win.
Yeah.
Lamosa second, Chad Williams third. That is in production 1,000. Dominic Benitez will finish in that 4th spot. Bernstein will finish in the top 5. Johnson 6th. Connor Berry, his car will be in that 7th spot. Jonah Bishop 8th. Jason Weller will take the win in production turbo, along with Oliver Golding 2nd. Chase Hill will finish in that 3rd spot in production turbo UTV, and Nolan Bishop will take the win in Youth 1000.
Scott,
What?
Dave, you guys are doing a fantastic job up here. I appreciate you guys having Brian.
Oh, no. You're hanging out.
Guys,
We're taking a
you
break.
guys in 2 days.
But yeah, we got to head back down to Southern California. Well, it's more south than this. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. I'm like, where the hell you think you're at?
An hour old. But thank you guys.
George, thanks for joining us, man. It's always cool because you've added a perspective that a lot of us, we just don't think about. So thank you for joining us. And Brian, also, to get a promoter's standpoint, I'm going to let Jason know that you had a really, really good time and you want to come out here more often. All right. Well, I was kind of kidding. I thought you'd want to be in the pool by the Jumbotron next to the Coconut Stew. So we're going to send down Dave Arnold for a whole lot of interviews. Actually, I want to say 7 interviews this time for our top 3 finishers. There's the unofficial Production 1000 finishing order with Chad Williams on the podium in that 3rd spot, George Lamosa 2nd, and Cody Hodgson will take the win in Production 1000. Benitez, Bernstein, Johnson, and there's Nolan Bishop, who is the only competitor in our Youth 1000. So the young man was out there doing some laps and getting some experience. Our next race will be Pro Buggies. Pro Buggies coming up next. And in a moment, we'll be down trackside with Dave Arnold.
Hello. All right, we got Chase Hill, Oliver Golding, and Jason Weller. There you go, Chad. All right. Man, what a crazy race. A couple different classes out there. You got the K&N money, and, man, let's talk about the race. How'd it go? Obviously, they're in the box, but a little nutty out there.
Yeah, the race for me honestly didn't go very well. I had some issues at the beginning, had to pull off, fixed it, went back on track, tried to stay on the lead lap, was just gonna race to the competition yellow, and then ended up like breaking an axle. But you know, shout out to Great America Short Course. The course was awesome, the track was great, the event's great. Thank you K&N for the card, and I'm just looking forward to getting it fixed and trying again tomorrow.
Well, we're gonna see you go ahead and make this happen then. Get back to the pits.
Right back to the pits, right back to the wrenches.
There you go. Give it up to Chad Hill one more time, and we're going to go moving over to Oliver Golding. And Oliver, at first, we thought you pulled off, had an issue, and then, bam, look at you on the box in second.
No, I just wanted to start in the back today. I wanted to try passing some cars and work on some car setup. But the saying is to finish first, you have to first finish. But in this case, I guess it's second place, but we'll work with that.
Well, definitely a good time, and I know you got some people to thank for being out here.
God, my mom, my dad, everybody that works in the pits, Danny for working his butt off. Want to thank Richard Woods for allowing me to spot for him and giving me a place to stay. I'm just happy to be out here. Borla Exhaust, just tried some fuel wheels, love them. Hoosier Tire, S3 Power Sports, Assault Industries, PRP Seats, Parker Pumper. Anybody else that I'm forgetting? And thank you, Lee, for putting on this great series and allowing us to have somewhere to race. And my prayers are for Kyle LeDuc, and I hope he has a speedy recovery, because it sucked to hear that at the beginning of this week.
Oliver Golding, just give it up for the young man right there. And, man, the Weller family, 2 top of the boxes, got to be a good one. But I'll tell you, we were watching some of the overhead footage, watching your lines there. Just is so incredible. It actually sees how you set up for each turn and your tire selection. We're noticing the difference between now the turbos and with the production, and like the different, like the flat track Hoosiers and a little bit more knobby. It looks like you got that combination down.
Man, this track, Calvin's got that thing dialed. It's really fun. You know, it's really long, but it is technical. It's something you got to slow down to get the rhythm, and you can over jump stuff. So you got to check up on the jumps and really try to be smooth. And I learned in qualifying today, I blew out my front diff and drive shaft and everything, and my whole pit crew helped me get that switched out. But it's so much fun coming out here, and the weather's been great, and the people have been great. One thing I noticed about this series is all the racers, when we're over at like staging or hanging out, like they'll come up and talk to you, and it's just really cool. Everybody's super nice and friendly. So huge thanks to our crew, Corey, my wife, and Jeff and Vicky, and the guys at the shop, and Can-Am, and Demon Axles, and Sparko, and all our fans. Thanks. This is a fun one.
Give it up, that man on top of the box right there. One more time, Jason Willer. But give it up for Chase Hill, Oliver Golding, and Jason Willer standing tall on top of the box. All right, that's okay. We'll switch him. I know they got him in there. We'll leave him up for the next guys. We'll make it easy. All right, the trophy swap. Oliver's like, I'll give you the second place. All right, let's go get Production 1000 up here real quick. Oh, we forgot the Frisbee autograph. Just do the 1000s? Okay, we'll do one there. All right. Got Williams. Boy, it's a Williams night of the family affair. Your brother was up here earlier and all that. So, Chad, we're going to go ahead and talk about this race, man. Tell you, that Production 1000s are all competitive. Then you have the turbos. So you're like going through your head, which one do I got to pass?
Yeah, right. The first half of the race, they had like 10 cars on me up front, and I knew we had the halfway caution to kind of get back. So I was staying back a little bit, waiting for the halfway caution to give them what I had on the halfway. And they still walked on me in the field a little bit, but I think we can make some adjustments to get up there and battle tomorrow. Luckily, we had a little toss-up with Benitez, so I ended up on the podium. But no, it was a good race. The new track is sick.
Awesome. I know you got people to thank there, Chad.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom and dad, of course, for making this happen. all my buddies that come and help work on my car, everyone that comes and supports us. It's awesome. I'd like to thank Bergensen's Heating and Air, Toyota Redlands, Scat Track, and Bonafide, and my spotter, Brian.
Chad Williams, everybody. I've given up to this young man right there, third place. George Lamosis, man, this is always a crazy race. Watching that in with the three of you guys battling all the way to that checkered flag. I mean, how insane was that?
It was nuts. I mean, I was there mostly watching the show. I got into it. I mean, I was third most of the time. And then last lap, I was just hoping there would be a mistake, and it popped up. I was able to get by, get second, and yeah, I'm right here on the box.
Well, definitely paid off your perseverance there. Moved up a spot, second. It's all about the halfway point of the season for points.
Yeah, but yeah, I think we should be good in points. We'll have to see after the race, but yeah.
Well, you got some people to thank, George?
Of course I do. I have my mom, my dad, of course, my two little brothers, Godsend Performance, Trophy Burrow, Walker Evans, Sparko, oh my gosh, okay. PB Performance, Piston Bone Sprinting, JMR Performance. We got Godsend Performance, G-Force Belts, Estrada Precision Welding, Bethod Race Wheels, Pro Eagle, and a bunch more.
Give it up for George Lamosis, everybody. A great job here. Now, Cody Hawks. Man, that was nuts. I don't know, as all of a sudden, it's like the last lap, I saw you kind of duck down. It's like on that option, you hit a big old dust bowl.
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin with that. I mean, right the start of the race, it was smooth sailing. Car felt great. I thought we were going to, just make consistent laps and run it to the end. And then all of a sudden, after the competition yellow, I started developing a vibration in the right front. And the steering wheel starts walking to the left, so I'm going down the straightaway with the wheel turned to the left, and slowly my brakes are starting to lose pressure, so I'm having to double pump the brakes. And of course, this is when I got a bunch of heat, so I was just doing everything I could to hang on to it and try and keep Benitez behind me. I got lucky, and then I almost looped it in the last turn trying to hang on to the thing, but we got it done. So I just want to say thank you to my dad, thank you to my mom, my wife, my mother and father-in-law for coming out, driving out to hang out and watch me play in the dirt, and little one for coming and staying up late tonight to watch me race. My sponsors, B3 Motorsports, Ram Mechanical, Double Nickel Industries, and Great American Short Course for always putting on a good show. I love these night races and love the new additions to the racetrack as well. So.
Cody Hodgson, everybody standing tall to the box one more time. Chad Williams, George Lamosis, and of course, on top, Cody Hodgson, standing tall. All right, here we go. We got Youth 1000. Let's go ahead and bring him on up here. Nolan Bishop. Nolan, what's up, man? Hanging with the big boys out there, weren't you? Oops. All right, let me get your trophy here. Hold on a second. Where are the Youth 1000 at? There it is. Youth 1000. There you go, buddy. Don't want you to not get that Dewey Tozier Design trophy. Those are pretty sick, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yes, I did. The track was definitely really rough. My shoulders hurt from my car bottoming out, so yeah.
Well, tell me about racing with all those guys out there. There's some fast ones. You were right in the mix.
Yeah, I definitely got a lot faster since Glen Helen, but I wrecked at Glen Helen, so I was a little bit scared, so it's pretty cool.
Does it teach you anything, racing with the faster drivers out there, a little bit more experience?
Yeah, it does. I like to follow their lines and see what they're doing, and that's how I get faster.
So watch out. Nolan's coming for you guys. Production 1000, right?
Definitely.
You want to thank some people, buddy?
Yeah, my mom, my dad, my grandma, my sister, my brother. I hope he's okay for wrecking his car out there. Victory Heating and Air, OG Racing, Rancho Engine Machine, and Polaris for making this awesome machine.
Nolan Bishop. Look at this young man. One more. Hold on.
And Danny for helping me out.
There it is. He's got it. Danny's the man. I know you, buddy. All right, Nolan Bishop. Can't wait to see what we do in Production 1000. Big round of applause. Back up to it. What's a Frisbee? All right, let's go. See if we got another Frisbee. We got a Sharpie. Here we go. I got a Sharpie. Let you sign it and throw it. Scott, back to you.
I accidentally put a 3, but it should be fine.
That's all right. Go ahead. Toss it out.